This stat shows just how important Kwon Alexander was to the 2020 New York Jets. What's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Before we hop in, Matt O'Leary NY on socials, and the best news ever, the Talkin' Jets panel, baby. You know it, every Tuesday nights, me, Ryan Greenbean. Well, our tickets are now on sale to the group outing for the Monday Night Football game against the Los Angeles Chargers. If you want to go, tailgate with us, sit with us, get on the field after the game, get your picture on the field after the game. Tickets are down below in the description at talkinjets.com. Okay, so I saw this stat circling around on Twitter, and I thought it was an interesting one to share because, frankly, I was not expecting Kwon Alexander to be on this list, but there are some really, really damn good players on this list. Essentially what it does, so it's we're looking at EPA plus minus. So to put that in layman's terms, the best way to describe it is this stat is showing how big of a difference there was when you were on the field versus off the field. And the lower the number, I guess higher the number, it's in the negatives. A negative is a good thing. So I guess technically the lower the number, the better. It means that you had a bigger impact when you were on the field for your football team. And Kwon Alexander makes this list. Like towards the top of the list, you have guys like Javon Hargrave, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, all those guys in the top 11, which makes sense. They are all stars on the defensive side of the football. But coming in at number 12 is Kwon freaking Alexander. How about that? He makes this list while playing only 48.5% of the New York Jets snaps in 2022. That is pretty damn impressive, all things considered. Like, he was not a regular. He's a rotation guy. And this is not me sitting here claiming that Kwon Alexander has to come back and he is now going to be linebacker one, play 80% of the snaps or something crazy. That is not what I'm saying here. But it makes almost too much sense to bring him back. Like, it's so obvious for this team to do it. And I don't know why they've waited this long. Maybe there are other things that they're trying to do first, but guy's still sitting there available right before training camp. He was really good for your football team last year. He knows the system. Why not just sign him? As of right now, the Jets linebacking core, they have CJ Mosley, who is their number one linebacker and a really good one. He was good for the New York Jets last year. He's not the guy that he was, pre-injury or what he looked like at the beginning of the 2019 season, which is okay. He's still a fine football player and a leader on that defense. Then there's Quincy Williams as the second linebacker, okay. And then at the third linebacker spot is Jamian Sherwood, who maybe, yes, has potential. He's converting from safety to linebacker. He hasn't played a ton of snaps at that position at the NFL level. It's a little bit risky to have him as that first guy rotating in when you, again, have someone who filled that role so damn good that he was one of the most efficient players in football last year for you. It doesn't make any sense. Why not just bring him back? It's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. You can get him towards a vet minimum contract, bring him in, round out the room, round out that defense, because when you're looking at depth, like, the Jets have great depth at corner, on the defensive line. Safety and linebacker are a little bit questionable. Why not try to round out that depth with bringing in someone who he's familiar with the coach. He's played for Robert Saleh a couple of different times. He's familiar with the system. He had success with the team last year. I don't know how many things we have to count up here to say that it makes sense. What are you going to tell me? It's going to be too expensive? He hasn't signed a deal yet, and we're just a couple of weeks away from training camp getting underway. It was different back in March or April, right, when people were clamoring for it. But, I mean, get this thing done. It almost makes too much sense again. EPA plus minus, he was one of the better players in the league. Top 12 in the NFL in EPA plus minus. So, bring him back, please. That is my plea to the New York Jets. Please bring back Kwon Alexander. Let me know your take down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.